Hello, and as always, welcome to Random Rundown. Today we'll be taking a look at 5 reasons immortality would be worse than death. Immortality is a concept that many of us wish for, with immortal vampires and invincible superheroes inspiring us to dream of a life without the fear of death. But have you ever stopped to consider the downside? Let's take a look at 5 reasons why immortality would actually be worse than death. Number 5. Evolution will turn you into a freak. Humans are still evolving, and that's not a big deal if you have the kind of immortality that lasts only 1,000 or 2,000 years. But with real immortality, you'll still be walking the earth in your current body 1,000,000 years from now. By that point, science has no idea where future mutations might lead us, so it's anyone's guess what your neighbors will look like in the future. Meanwhile, you'll still be walking around as the future equivalent of this. Your body and brain will be unable to adapt to an ever-changing world like theirs. Would your digestive system be able to handle the same food they eat? Would your brain enjoy the same entertainment? Would your non-evolved tongue even be able to speak the languages they speak in the year 1,000,000 AD? One thing we do know, you won't be getting any loving. Reproductive isolation is nature's way of preventing interspecies breeding. As the species further evolves, there is no possible chance for you to create a new species closer to your own that you could stand to look at for 5 minutes. And it's probably irrelevant, since your inability to make friends with mortals will go out the window long before then. Who knows, maybe someone will decide to make you the donkey in their next show. Number 4. Nobody can ever find out. Let's say some kid goes rummaging around in your basement and finds that witch's old portrait of you and discovers that you're immortal. Word spreads and suddenly you're famous the world over. You're not just going to be famous, you're going to be a god. You have eternal life, which means you must know the secret to eternal life, which means you will immediately be the center of the world's newest and most popular religion. Each morning, your yard will be packed full of several thousand terminally ill people or parents with their sick kids, asking you to grant them the same immortality you have. That, of course, is assuming a government or crime syndicate doesn't get to you first. Literally, every powerful and wealthy person on earth will decide that in your vein pumps the one thing they can't buy: freedom from death. They're not going to stop until they've spent every penny they can spare to see if they can turn your blood and organs into unending life for themselves. Number 3. You're still getting older mentally. We're not saying that if you were to be magically granted immortality, you'd suddenly be able to learn new things, but you have to admit that it would be harder to keep up. Think about how hard it is for your grandparents to learn how to use email. And now imagine trying to keep up with humans 1,000,000 years from now. The technology they use, the language they speak, and the way they think about the world will all be so different from yours that you'll be like a lost, confused child trying to navigate a foreign country. Eventually, you'll become so out of touch that you won't be able to relate to humans at all, and they won't be able to relate to you. Number 2. Time speeds up until you're insane. As you age, your perception of time changes, and it seems to pass faster and faster. Imagine living for thousands or millions of years. Time would fly by so quickly that your experiences would blur together, and you'd lose track of the things that mattered to you. The excitement of new experiences would wear off, and you'd feel like you were just going through the motions. Eventually, you'd become numb to the world around you, and the passing of time would be an unbearable burden. Number 1. You'll eventually get trapped somewhere, forever. One day, you'll go exploring a new part of the world and something will go wrong. You'll fall into a crevice, get trapped in a cave, or be buried in a landslide. Normally, this would be a tragic end, but for you, it's much worse. You'll be stuck there, unable to move, unable to die. You'll be alone with your thoughts for eternity, unable to escape. The darkness and the silence will drive you mad, but you won't be able to end it. You'll be a prisoner of your own immortality, and there will be no escape. And that's a wrap on today's episode of Random Rundown. We hope you enjoyed our exploration of the darker side of immortality. What are your thoughts on the possibility of evolving into a freak, being unable to keep your immortality a secret, losing touch with the world around you, experiencing time in a distorted way, and the possibility of getting trapped somewhere forever? Do you think we missed anything? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And as always, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with our latest videos. We cover a wide range of topics, so there's always something new to discover on our channel. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode of Random Rundown.